Hey everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland Leather. Let's take a look at some custom orders that are leaving our shop this week. This is a tall vertical 8-slot Tony the Ant. So we have 1, 2, 3 card slots on the left, 1, 2, 3 card slots on the right, and a hidden card slot underneath each side with that bill slot on the back side. So a wallet that we don't do very often. It's actually about the same size as the Fat Herby here. This one has some really special leather. We've got some marbled ultraviolet on the outside with this candy cane hand stitching, and it's alternating between like a blue and pink that really set off the tones in the leather. And then the inside we have some epic splatter reverse. And this is my first time getting a close look at these, so you're getting my first reactions. This one I think is Armenyac Shell Cordovan on top of Amaretto, and the Armagnac shell is like a darker whiskey color, sort of little yellow undertones to it, but still more of a true brown shade when you compare it to something like Color 8, which has more of like a burgundy oxblood undertone. This one also has a really cool alternating candy cane stitch with the brown and cream thread. And then the inside, we've got the 50-50 card slot orientation. So our normal Tony the Ants have that bill slot on the outside with these card slots on both sides. This one has a vertical card slot on the left. And speaking of vertical card slots, this is a vertical Bugs Moran with those same 6 card slots on the inside. Great Horween ink stamp in the center. The classic black Shell Cordovan, and I still think the black Shell Cordovan as well as the black Dublin that we use are the most underrated black leathers in the world. I think a lot of times black leather can appear a little bit boring, but the black leather from Horween has been aniline finished, so it still has a very nice natural character with a depth of color to it. What makes this one different than our normal vertical bugs is the inclusion of this quick access slot on the outside, which a customer had spec'd out, and they wanted that without a thumb notch. I actually think that looks really nice. Here we have another vertical bugs. This also looks to be Ultraviolet Shell Cordovan, except the bottom 2 card slots have the Gator texture pressed into them, and then the top 2 card slots are the Shell Cordovan Classic, more of a smooth version. Great Horween ink stamp in the center, and the outside of this one is also ultraviolet. I'm going to spin it around the color because all of the Shell Cordovan colors are very dynamic. At some angles they are a little bit darker, so in the case of this ultraviolet, maybe more purple, and then other angles it can appear a little bit more of like a pink, like a darker pink. Here's a fun one, another vertical bugs. This is the olive tan leather from Horween. So they've tanned this leather using fallen olive leaves. I believe they call it the Oliva tannage. It's a relatively modern technique. This is not a traditional tanning method, but the result is very cool. It doesn't always have to have this texture in it, but the olive tan leather we have does, and I think it's really cool, very unique leather. Up next is my favorite wallet style. This is a Fat Herby. We've got some hidden card slots on the inside. It looks like reverse on top of marbled black shell, which can sometimes appear a little bit green. This one also has a black hand stitching along the border. And then on the exterior, we've got some marbled black shell again, which sort of ranges from that orangey tan shade here down to a darker green. And then you got a little bit of a color gradient in between, and that green shade in between, where it's a little bit more like a pale, like a Coke bottle green. I think that's a really nice shade, and that's also sitting on top of some black shell. Up next is a long wallet. This is one of the largest pieces that we make, although you'll be surprised to hear that the trifold wallet that we make actually uses more leather than this big guy here. So this is the long wallet. We've got some black Dublin on the exterior. If you're not familiar with black Dublin, this is actually leather that's tanned with the same tree barks as the famous Shell Cordovan, except they're doing it on steer hides. So you get similar veg character on the Dublin as you would on Shell Cordovan. And then the inside, we've got this thin teal latigo, which is perfect for a wallet like this because it keeps the bulk down. So I like using our thinner latigos for a lot of the wallet interiors just to keep it thin. That does seem to be a trend in the last few years, people wanting thinner wallets, and we have this leather custom made for us to keep the bulk down. Up next is a Lucky wallet. We've seen some of our friendly competitors doing wallets in a similar style to this with the bill slot underneath, and then it has this flap closure. A lot of places put a band around the front, or you can snap it closed. I tried that when we first were experimenting with this design, but I found that belly band to be a little bit more cumbersome to tuck the flap underneath. So I thought it would be much preferable, at least for my taste, to have a veg tan leather just mold and conform to the inside. So when you wear this leather, this flap will form down and keep its shape and stay closed for you, so you don't have to tuck it into anything. And this looks to be like a nice piece of tumbled natural shell cordovan. This is our new version of the Lucky Wallet, which is still a prototype. We have an extra card slot on the back, so 2 on the back, 2 on the inside, and then this one has like a truncated skip stitch on the right, so it doesn't go all the way down like we normally do. So speaking of slim wallets, this is our Nikki slim design. We've got some epic splatter reverse blue shell cordovan on the outside with a pink color hand stitching along the border. I love the look of this. It starts off a little bit more of like a matte finish, but when this leather is worn in, all the reverse shells get really glassy and bright, and they tend to darken quite a bit, but this particular color looks great when it's developed some patina. On the inside, we've got some reverse ultraviolet with some epic splatter. Up next is another Nikki Slim. This is natural shell cordovan on the exterior. This is the lightest shell color that Horween makes. Great room to develop your own patina. The only thing that is better for patina that I would say would be the raw natural, which actually is a little bit more of like a taupe shade, but it doesn't have the luster. Inside of this one, it's kept down the bulk quite a bit by pairing it again with that thin English tan, and this is named the Nikki Slim, so it is quite slim. And wow, it looks like we have a few Nikki Slims. Here's another one in black Dublin, but this is the epic black. So we've got a little bit more of the figuring in the grain character on this piece of Dublin. Not every piece has these little bits of character, all those little bits of striations. So when we see them, we do like to make them into our limited releases, and it looks like our customer that picked this one out appreciated that look as well. So on the inside, we also have more of that black, and this one is also quite thin. Up next is a Johnny the Fox in all reverse black shell cordovan. Again, I think this is quite underrated for patina. The reverse sides of the shell were in great. In fact, just as good as the raw natural, sort of the same effect, because you have no barrier to prevent patina. So it will accept everything you put at it. Moisture from your pocket, just friction from rubbing around. This will darken up and become quite glassy just with normal use. And we got some more of the reverse black on the inside. I know it's confusing because it looks completely green, but if you look at the intended side of the leather, all of this is the black shell. And the black dyes that Horween uses are tinted with a little bit of green. So when they dip dye this leather after they apply the stain, that water collects a bunch of that greenish black dye, and then it sort of stains the backside, and it's very random. But it's a really nice color. It does range down a little bit. Sometimes it can be a little bit more pale like that. Another Johnny the Fox. Is this the same exact thing? Wow, they look very similar. Maybe somebody ordered 2 of the same thing. This is also reverse black, great Horween ink stamp, nice splatter. We'll develop a great patina. A little bit lighter on the inside of this one, and that sort of highlights what I was describing a minute ago. The reverse black is always green, sometimes tan, and sometimes like a really dark green, and it can be all the colors in between. All right, here's a great one. This is a Johnny the Fox in a leather that we don't normally do. This is Steel Predator. So for years, I've been trying to find a gray, sort of to match the table here. And this Steel Predator, you can find it on a bunch of boots. I think Nick's Boot, and maybe some other Pacific Northwest brands had been making footwear out of this leather, and we found a side of it, and I decided to make it into a bag that I'll show you at the end of the video here. But I really love this Steel Predator. It's wearing in great for my bag. On the inside of this Johnny the Fox, though, we've got it paired with some, it looks like cobalt blue Dublin, which is a great pairing. And we got a couple smaller pieces here. This is our Frank the Enforcer with no stamps, and this one has 5 slots. So there's 2 on the front, there's 2 on the back, and then 1 of the larger ones in the center. So we call this a 5-slot Frank. This one has no stamps. And another Frank here in a beautiful blue shade. This is the denim blue shell cordovan, I believe, on our Frank the Enforcer. This has the stamp that we used to do on the Frank, but I figured since this was more minimalist design, I decided to change it to the more minimalist stamp for our current releases. So this one had somebody spec'd out that stamp and the leather. It also looks like they've got 5 slots on this one too. And the last wallet to look at, this is that same Steel Predator, but on our Capone money clip. Again, I love the Steel Predator. I'll get into a little bit more when I show you my bag here. But it has a really nice feel, very waxy feeling, and then a really deep pull up that you can see right here. On the inside of this one, we've got some reverse cordovan. So this is a combination I don't see very often. So I'll zoom out and show you more of my Predator bag here in just a moment, but I just want to take a quick second to thank all the people that have ordered one of these custom wallets. If you wanted to pick one up, you can email us. It's info@ashlandleather.com. just send us what your dream wallet would be, and we can give you a price and lead time estimate and try to help pick out some of the options for you. But thank you so much to Jesus. We got Austin here. Thank you, Austin. We got Wes, Maxwell, Luis, Anthony, Adam. We got Lynn, Michael, Todd, Adrian, Les, Luis, Stan, and Alan. All right, let's pull out here and look at a little bit more of this bag. So this is the first steel Predator piece of anything we ever made. And I spec'd this one out myself because I really wanted to see how the pit-tan horse butt would wear in for the handles. And then I wanted to see how nicely or not nicely this Predator would wear. So this has already been on 4 flights with me. I've carried around with a ton of crap. I put this through the luggage handle quite a bit. It's holding up really, really well. And in fact, I thought it would patina more than it has. I probably walked a couple miles with this over my shoulder. The only thing I'm starting to see wear-wise is we're picking up a little bit of color on the backside of the strap that you might be able to see here. Some of the gray is starting to crock off a little bit onto the strap. But I was kind of thinking that this veg tan handle would have developed more dramatic patina by now, but it kind of hasn't. But I'm really digging the functionality here. I usually put my laptop on the right side here. I hold a water bottle. I've got all my chargers and cables. And then when I was traveling, one of the trips I went on, I had my kid with me and put all her crap in here too. So I held a ton of stuff. It was quite nice, and it's actually pretty light to start with. So it was only 3.5 pounds unloaded. But I've been really digging my briefcase here, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. But again, thank you guys so much for checking out all the custom orders here. If you want to pick one up or get some options and just chat with us, you can send an email to info@ashlandleather.com. You can talk to Matt over there, and he can help you pick out the perfect one for you. So thanks again. Until next time, hope you have a good one, and take care.